Hey, welcome back. I just bought a couple pretty cool pens here. And I actually was not going to do an unboxing. I already unboxed them, but found out that both of these were actually quite cool. And I thought it'd be fun to include these on the channel. These are two mini versions of the Smooth Precision pens, version 2.2, or so I thought. The first one, squarely a version 2.2, but actually a cooler variant than I realized. I've never been like a big fan of like a camo finish, but when I got this in hand and realized it had this really nice like matte finish on it, I was like, oh, this is actually really nice. And I was impressed enough. I was like, this might be worth doing a video on. And then I opened the next one and I knew I had to do a video. So let's get into this next one here. I hope the lighting's good enough. So here's pen 1 and here is pen 2. This one's missing the end of the box. And what you might notice right away versus a very popular pen for the channel here is that the stonewash finish is very different here. Now it's a mini, but boy, that sure looks a lot different than this being like one of the most recent or the latest versions of the version 2.2. Everything else generally looks pretty similar until you open the bolt. And I noticed what looked like it was a little bit of wear there, but then I zoomed in and realized it was a version 2.1, and I think it says year 2022 on it, although it's not super clear. So you'll probably be able to see this better on your TV than I can see on my little phone here, or maybe your phone if that's what you're watching it on. But that is a very rare variant. He didn't do a lot of these version 2.1s. And I don't know, maybe even fewer in the mini size for all I know. It's a little rougher. The action's not quite as good. The overall finish just feels a little, it's not far off, but just a little rougher, a little rougher. This thing is really smooth. This is definitely a little rougher, a little more matte feeling in hand, and this feels a little more polished on the finish. So that's pretty cool. Not a lot of other differences on these 2.1s, but that different finish and then that little bit of difference there on the bolt where it says version 2.1 2022. This was the first version after the V2 that he made, and it was a different finish, a slightly different logo. There's still the same like made in Texas under the pocket clip. Zoom in for that. Same made in Texas pocket clip milling. But I imagine there may also be some other differences here. There have definitely been some differences in like what he did with the tips, and there was some milling he did on some of the versions that came later. Let's see if I can take a look at this one, see if it's there. I think it might be. Yep. So Smooth Precision Pens was actually milled into the tip there, which is not the case on all of them. It's not, I'm not 100% sure like when that was done versus when it was not, but I think if I were to open this one, it would not be on there. Guess we'll find out. Oh, it is on there, but there were definitely some where it wasn't there. So yeah, anyways, pretty neat to finally, I've been searching for a while, finally got to track down a 2.1 and then got this pretty cool version of the camo here that I was not expecting to like really, and it's actually pretty awesome in person with that nice matte finish. So man, Kelvin just does such good work. Cannot wait to see what he does now that he's getting back in business, whether it's knives or pens or whatever. You just know he's going to bring something really fantastic to the table because that's what he does. So I think that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed this little discovery as much as I did, and please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.